What is up, Nexus Nation? Get ready, because the news cycle is absolutely exploding today, and we've got the inside scoop on all the must-know updates that are going to shake up your gaming world. We're talking massive collector's editions, classic arcade revivals, graphical showdowns, and some surprising hardware shifts. You do not want to miss what's coming at you. First up, prepare your wallets and your anticipation, because we're diving deep into the world of espionage with a game that's promising a high-stakes adventure. This isn't just any spy game. It's an origin story that's about to get a very special spotlight. We've got details on a highly anticipated release that's hitting hard with its pricing, including a collector's edition that's turning heads and sparking serious discussion. Get ready for the full breakdown. Next, we're rewinding the clock to celebrate the golden age of arcades. Hamster Corporation is bringing back a beloved classic, and it's not just one version, we're talking multiple platforms and even upgrade paths. This is a huge win for retro gaming fans, offering a chance to relive the adrenaline-pumping action with modern conveniences and competitive modes. Get ready to hit the high score. Then, we're shifting gears to look at how games perform across different hardware. A highly anticipated horror title is making its debut on a new console, but early comparisons are revealing some significant graphical compromises. We'll be dissecting exactly what players can expect, the trade-offs involved, and what this means for the visual experience on the platform. It's a critical look at optimization and how developers adapt their vision. And finally, a change is coming to one of the most popular consoles on the market, and it's a move that's flying under the radar but could impact a lot of players. We're talking about a storage downgrade that's quietly rolling out, and it's raising some eyebrows. What does this mean for your game library and your wallet? We've got all the details you need to know. Stick around, because you won't want to miss a single second of this action-packed update. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat here at PS5 Nexus. A pricey mission, 7 First Light Collector's Edition revealed. Prepare for a deep dive into the world of espionage, as the highly anticipated title, 7 First Light, is not only gearing up for an exclusive State of Play showcase, but has also had its pricing details leaked ahead of the official reveal. This upcoming single-player action-adventure from IO Interactive promises to immerse players in the formative years of James Bond's career as a spy, detailing his journey from a new MI6 recruit to the legendary agent we know. The excitement is palpable, especially with the leak of pricing for both the standard and a rather eye-watering collector's edition. According to reports from a trusted source, Bilbilcun, the standard edition of 7 First Light is set to retail for $69.99 across multiple platforms, including PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and the upcoming Switch 2. This price point aligns with current industry standards for major releases. However, it's the collector's edition that has truly captured the community's attention, with a staggering price tag of $300. Listings for this premium version have already appeared on Amazon for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC, signaling its imminent availability for pre-order. This substantial price difference clearly indicates that the collector's edition will feature exclusive content and premium physical items designed to appeal to dedicated fans and collectors. 7 First Light aims to deliver a cinematic experience, allowing players to step into the shoes of a younger James Bond. The game is set to explore his origin story, tasking players with infiltrating exotic locations, engaging in thrilling car chases with various vehicles, and utilizing a combination of hand-to-hand combat and firearms. Gadgets, a staple of the Bond universe, will also play a crucial role in stealth and espionage gameplay. Developers have also hinted that the game will lean more towards a spy thriller narrative than a pure action shooter, emphasizing strategy and intelligence gathering. Adding to the anticipation, the developers have previously revealed how the critically acclaimed Hitman series, also from IO Interactive, has influenced the development of 7 First Light. This connection suggests a potential for intricate level design, creative problem-solving, and a focus on player freedom in approaching objectives. The prospect of a Bond game that blends the stealth and methodical approach of Hitman with the iconic world and character of James Bond is incredibly exciting for fans of both franchises. The leaked pricing, especially for the collector's edition, has naturally ignited a fervent discussion among the gaming community. Many are debating whether the $300 price point is justified by the anticipated content, while others are eagerly awaiting the official State of Play event for more concrete details. The community is abuzz with speculation about what exclusive items could be included in such a premium package, ranging from detailed figurines and art books to replica props and in-game bonuses. The discourse highlights a common trend in the gaming industry, where high-value collector's editions often become a focal point of pre-release hype and consumer interest. But is the high price of espionage worth it? We'll see. Next, we're diving into the pixelated past with a classic arcade revival that's hitting multiple platforms. Arcade Archives Mach Breakers revives classic action on modern consoles. Get ready to hit the virtual arcade once again, as Hamster Corporation, in collaboration with Bandai Namco, has officially announced the release of Arcade Archives Mach Breakers for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles, alongside Arcade Archives Mach Breakers for PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. This announcement marks a significant moment for fans of classic arcade gaming, bringing a beloved 1995 Namco title back into the spotlight with modern enhancements and accessibility. The release strategy, including upgrade paths and pricing tiers, ensures that a wide range of players can experience this slice of gaming history. The Mach Breakers series, originally released by Namco in 1995, is remembered as a unique sports game that blended high-octane action with futuristic athletic competition. As a sequel to Newman Athletics, this iteration promised an even more intense experience, featuring 7 distinct athletes and 12 different events. The core appeal of Mach Breakers lies in its fast-paced gameplay and the thrill of pushing the boundaries of virtual sports, encapsulated by the tagline, "Break the sound barrier and shatter expectations." A standout feature of the new Arcade Archives 2 series is the introduction of Time Attack mode. This mode shifts the focus from achieving high scores to completing the game as quickly as possible, adding a new layer of competitive challenge for players seeking to test their speed and efficiency. This addition, alongside the traditional high-score mode and caravan mode, which allow players to compete on global online leaderboards, provides multiple avenues for engagement and replayability. Hamster Corporation's Arcade Archives series has built a strong reputation for its faithful reproductions of classic arcade masterpieces. Each release stays true to the original game's mechanics and presentation, while also incorporating a suite of convenient features designed to enhance the modern player's experience. These include adjustable difficulty settings, customizable button mapping, rapid-fire options, the ability to save progress at any time, and a crucial rewind function to undo mistakes. Furthermore, some titles in the series offer special settings that emulate the nostalgic visual aesthetic of old CRT televisions, complete with scanlines and screen curvature, further immersing players in the retro atmosphere. Players who purchase the PlayStation 4 or original Switch versions of Arcade Archives Mach Breakers will have the option to upgrade to the enhanced PlayStation 5 or Switch 2 versions for a nominal fee of $2.99. This thoughtful approach allows existing fans to transition to the newer hardware without incurring the full cost of a new purchase, while also ensuring that players on the latest consoles can enjoy the best possible version of the game. The game is slated for release on September 4th, making it a highly anticipated addition to the Arcade Archives collection. The announcement has been met with enthusiasm from retro gaming communities, who praise Hamster Corporation's commitment to preserving and revitalizing classic arcade titles. The inclusion of new modes and quality-of-life features, such as variable refresh rate, VRR, support in some Arcade Archives 2 titles, demonstrates a dedication to making these games accessible and enjoyable for a new generation of players while respecting their original spirit. From the roar of the arcade to the chill of the unknown, get ready for a look at how a highly anticipated horror game is shaping up on a different console. Cronos, the new Dawn Switch 2 version faces graphical downgrade, lacks global illumination. As anticipation builds for Cronos, the new Dawn, a new horror title from the acclaimed Bloober team, early comparisons between its PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2 versions have surfaced, revealing significant graphical compromises on Nintendo's platform. A detailed comparison video has highlighted the absence of global illumination on the Switch 2, a key feature responsible for the game's immersive and atmospheric lighting, leading to a noticeably flatter visual presentation. On the PlayStation 5, Cronos, the new Dawn offers players a choice between two distinct graphical modes. The quality mode targets a smooth 30 frames per second, enhancing details such as shadow quality, reflection resolution, depth of field effects, and various post-processing techniques to deliver the most visually rich experience. In contrast, the performance mode aims for a higher frame rate of 60 frames per second, though it may experience occasional dips in performance, particularly in loading-intensive areas or during high-action combat sequences. These modes provide a degree of flexibility for players to prioritize either visual fidelity or smoother gameplay. The Nintendo Switch 2 version, however, presents a more stark reality of visual downgrades. To achieve playable performance on the new hardware, developers have made considerable concessions across the board. The most apparent changes are reductions in lighting quality and overall environmental detail. In enclosed spaces, the absence of global illumination significantly impacts the atmosphere, making scenes appear less dynamic and immersive compared to the PS5 version. Additionally, the Switch 2 version sacrifices particle effects, fire effects, and other advanced post-processing techniques. Persistent issues with flashlight shadows and lighting inconsistencies have also been noted, further contributing to the diminished visual experience. While the PlayStation 5 version demonstrates more stable performance, it is not entirely immune to occasional frame rate drops. On the Switch 2, the game is confirmed to be playable, but players must be prepared to accept these substantial visual sacrifices. The geometry, textures, and overall environmental detail have all been scaled back, resulting in a version of the game that feels like a considerably less refined interpretation of the developer's original artistic vision. This disparity raises questions about the capabilities of the Switch 2 and the challenges developers face in porting graphically intensive titles. Cronos, the new Dawn, is scheduled for release on September 5, 2025, and will be available across PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, Windows, macOS, and the Nintendo Switch 2. While players opting for the Nintendo platform will still experience the complete narrative and gameplay, the trade-off lies in the technical artistry and visual fidelity that define the game on more powerful systems. This situation underscores the ongoing challenge of cross-platform development and the varying performance expectations across different hardware generations. Audience impact. Players are expressing concerns about the significant visual differences, with many questioning if the compromise is too steep for the convenience of a portable experience. The debate centers on whether the core gameplay and horror elements can compensate for the downgraded visuals. It seems graphical fidelity is a hot topic this week. But what if the changes weren't about graphics, but something more fundamental to your console? Sony quietly reduces PS5 Slim storage in Europe, stirs controversy. In a move that has caught many consumers by surprise, Sony has implemented a subtle yet significant change to the storage capacity of the PlayStation 5 Slim model being rolled out in Europe. The revised console, identified by the model number CFI 210, will no longer feature the previously standard 1 TB SSD. Instead, European buyers will receive a console equipped with an 825 GB SSD, reverting to the storage size that was standard with the original PS5 model released back in 2020. What makes this change particularly contentious is that the price for the PS5 Slim in Europe remains unchanged at €499. This means European consumers are now being offered less storage space for the same price point, a decision that has been met with considerable frustration. In an era where modern video games are increasingly demanding in terms of file size, with titles like Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, and Cyberpunk 2077 often exceeding 100 GB each, a reduction in available storage space is a significant drawback. Gamers are concerned about the practical implications of this downgrade, especially regarding the ability to install and manage multiple large-scale titles. Sony has yet to issue an official statement or explanation for this revision to the European market. The reasons behind ditching the 1 TB SSD standard remain speculative. Possible explanations range from cost-saving measures implemented by Sony to potentially utilizing remaining stock of 825 GB SSDs from the original PS5 production run. Regardless of the underlying cause, the lack of transparency surrounding this change has fueled dissatisfaction among the European gaming community. The sentiment is that European players are not receiving the same value proposition as consumers in other regions who might still receive the 1 TB model. This situation has reignited discussions about regional pricing and hardware specifications in the gaming industry. The phrase, "for the players," often used by Sony to signify their commitment to the gaming community, is being re-examined in light of this storage downgrade. Many feel that this decision contradicts that ethos, as it appears to prioritize cost-cutting over consumer benefit. The timing of this change, with the Slim model just beginning its rollout, makes it particularly noticeable and impactful for those anticipating the new hardware revision. The community reaction has been largely negative, with players expressing their disappointment on social media platforms and gaming forums. The core of the complaint revolves around the perceived unfairness of receiving less storage for the same price, especially when storage is a critical component of the modern gaming experience. The expectation was that a new revision might even offer improvements, not a reduction in a key feature like storage capacity. This development highlights the importance of clear communication from manufacturers regarding product specifications and pricing, particularly when changes are made that could negatively impact consumer value. It's a tough pill to swallow for gamers in Europe. But our news cycle isn't over yet. We've got one last update that's sure to spark some conversation. That's all the news for today, Nexus Nation. We covered the hefty price tag on the 7 First Light Collector's Edition, the exciting return of Arcade Archives Mach Breakers across multiple platforms, the graphical compromises seen in Cronos, the new dawn on Switch 2, and Sony's surprising storage downgrade for the PS5 Slim in Europe. If you want more deep dives and breaking news, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your gaming updates, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Don't forget to drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on today's stories and follow us on all our social channels for even more content. We'll see you in the next one.